Hello, my people. Hope you can hear me. I'm today recording on the beach in Panama Beach, Florida. Had some lessons that I've learned lately that I wanted to share with you guys. One of my things I've got going on is I'm finding that I've got a lot of trauma in my past involving sports. So a lot of my sports trauma comes from this lifetime where I have found myself always being on the outside looking in. Like growing up, we were fucking dirt poor. There was no such thing as organized sports of any kind. Maybe it was my mom's just another way of lionizing and being better than organized anything, but we didn't do sports growing up. A lot had to do with Jehovah's Witnesses as well, so a lot of separation that way. And then I got married to a man who was very toxic when it came to sports. Like, this is a guy who his entire fucking week would be ruined if his team lost. And then when my kids got to play and I finally was starting to be able to get into it, he was so super critical of anything that went down that my kids both pretty much hated being in sports. My son especially, because they never could do anything right. Like, there was no amount of effort that did not get them criticized and critiqued and end up in tears at the end of a game. So they just didn't. They stopped playing sports. And then I had like a fucking epiphany about how kids sports these days has taken our indoctrination of our society, how we're expected to do this, we're expected to do this, all of these things that in line we're expected to do, and how they've all become so normal. I had a huge epiphany about kids team sports and how we all as a society live our entire lives around our kids' sports schedules, right? So like what once was Little League where kids went and played for the love of the game, it's now you fucking revolve your entire life around it. And I beat that dead horse with my poor boyfriend, who is the most amazing guy, who is very much an athlete. And I just beat that fucking dead horse because it was a new epiphany to me. It's like Eureka! Oh my God! I just unveiled this in my own mind, in my reality, and then I just kept going on and on and on about it. And apparently it put a pretty big strain on our relationship because of my being so incredibly mouthy about it. Mouthy is a good way of putting it. I was obnoxious. So I've done a lot of thinking on what is my deal with sports. Why do I have such a huge issue? Why do I have such disdain for sports? I've asked my boyfriend to help me see the good side in sports, to help me see that there is such a thing as a divine masculine component to sports and just in general, for the love of the game, for the love of what it brings to, team camaraderie, all of that type of stuff. I want to be able to be exposed to that side of it as well, so that I can have a more rounded understanding of sports as a whole. A couple of weeks ago, I had quantum hypnosis done where I went back and relived a past life. And in doing that, I have come to the realization that my discord with sports actually stems from a past life anyway. Apparently, I, in a previous life, as a 17-year-old nobody, adopted into a tribe, was able to outperform the chief's son, who was, of course, the one that everyone swore was going to win everything. And when I beat him in a horse agility thing, he raved and made my life miserable. So I never played sports again because I didn't want to live through that again. So my sports trauma doesn't just come from this lifetime, it comes from other lifetimes as well. Gotta love that healing, right? So I don't have any idea, other than trying to see it from the other side, how I'm supposed to get through this, if I'm supposed to get through this. I think a lot of it needs to be that I quit judging. I mean, everything in life I need to quit judging, right? You can't judge people. It just doesn't do any good. It does not. It creates the discord that we are trying so hard not to have in our world, right? We all need to unify. We are all together. We are all one common entity. So judging is basically judging myself. So I'm thinking that there's a lot of just acceptance. Everyone is here to live their own journey. Everyone is here to figure out this game of life on their own. And if people get caught up in sports, that's their way of doing it. Nacona, quit judging. I can't tell you how sorry I am to my dearest Mr. Amazing for what a mega bitch I was when I had the epiphany about kids sports. I was bad, guys. I was judging all kinds. I was not flow. There was no flow about it. Fuck. Kona. I don't know. What can I say? Anyway, I'm working on it. If you have any suggestions of things I can do to kind of help myself be more flow and acceptance of things that I find, I don't know the word I want. If you have any suggestions on how to get out of my own fucking way here, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right. I love you guys, and have a fabulous fucking day, because I know I will. Love you.